This is the news on Galaxy TV. It's now time to track news that made headlines last week.
Welcome to reports which made headlines last week. Members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and those of the Non-Academic Staff Union, NASU, on Monday began a warning strike to press home their demand from the federal government. The unions Monday began the warning strike after a 14-day ultimatum they had given the federal government. The unions are demanding total commitment by the federal government in resolving their needs, which include renegotiation of the 2009 agreement and payment of earned allowances to their members. The unions directed their members to begin the warning strike on Monday. They gave the directive to their members in a letter dated August 16 and jointly signed by the duo of the National President of SANU, Samson Ugoke, and General Secretary of NASU, Peters Adeyemi. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday approved replacement for heads of federal government agencies that were recently appointed as ministers. Bashir Mohammed has been appointed Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons. He replaces Sadiya Farouk. Chioma Ejikeme has also been appointed Executive Secretary, Pension Transitional Arrangements Directorate, replacing Sharon Ikeazo, while Kashifu Abdullahi is now Director General CEO, National Information Technology Development Agency. For Executive Commissioner, Stakeholder Management, Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), President Buhari has forwarded Adeleke Adewolu's name to the Senate for confirmation as a replacement for Sunday Dare. The appointments take immediate effect. Meanwhile, Hamisu Balawadume, alleged notorious kidnap kingpin, on Tuesday said he was freed by personnel of the Nigerian Army after he was arrested by the police. Wadume escaped while he was being transported from Taraba to Abuja by the operatives of the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team on the 6th of August. 3 of the police officers were killed by soldiers who claimed they thought the policemen were kidnappers. However, Wadume escaped and his whereabouts was unknown until he was rearrested by the police on Monday in Kano. Speaking in a video recorded by the police, the alleged kidnap kingpin said that the soldiers helped him cut off his handcuffs before he ran away. On Wednesday, President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated 43 ministers into the Federal Executive Council (FEC) for his second-term administration. The president presided over the inauguration ceremony that took place at the State House Abuja on Wednesday. The ministers took their oath of office shortly after Boss Mustafa took his as the secretary to the government of the Federation, who Buhari reappointed last month. The president also reappointed himself the Minister of Petroleum Resources. While delivering his remark after the oath of office, President Buhari appealed to the ministers to work diligently to improve security, grow a diversified economy, and fight corruption. The federal government on Thursday said that a committee has been put in place to facilitate recovery of 614 billion naira given to 35 states on budget support. This is as the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, has reiterated that the 2020 budget will be laid before the National Assembly by the last quarter of September. Briefing State House correspondent after the National Executive Council meeting (NEC), presided over by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the Council Chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja, Ahmad, who presented an update to the Council on the budget support facility, said that 35 states benefited from the facility and that each state is expected to pay back equivalent of 175 billion naira. She said Council agreed to constitute a committee of the Nigerian Governors Forum to meet with the Minister of Finance and the Central Bank of Nigeria to finalize modalities for repayment. End of quote. She said Council was briefed on preparations for the 2020 to 2022 medium-term expenditure framework and revenue generation challenges being faced by the government at the moment. The Kogi State National Assembly and State Assembly Election Tribunal has voided the election of Dino Melaye as a senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District. The three-man tribunal was unanimous that the election that produced Melaye of the People's Democratic Party as a senator was flawed. The tribunal, led by Justice A.O. Chijioke, upheld the petition of Senator Smart Adeyemi of the All Progressives Congress APC and ordered that a fresh election be conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC. Adeyemi's lawyer, Dapo Otitoju, said while making his final submission on the 23rd of July 2019, prayed the court to nullify the election on three grounds. The first ground, the lawyer argued, was that INEC's decision to collate and announce the election result in Lokoja despite a judgment of the Federal High Court identifying Kaba as the headquarters of the senatorial district was a negation of the Constitution and Electoral Act, which constitutes a substantial ground to nullify the election. The lawyer argued that INEC's failure to abide by the judgment of the Federal High Court, which it did not appeal, showed it had a hidden agenda. Secondly, Otitoju argued that the presentation of the certified true copy of PVC distribution in Kogi West, which revealed 48,200 excess votes in the result declared for the senatorial district, was enough reason for the tribunal to nullify the election. Lawyer to Melaye, Professor Joash Amukpiton SAN, who made a counter-argument, prayed the tribunal to dismiss the petitioner and argued that the documents presented by the petitioners were mere hearsay documents. He urged the court to hold that his client was validly elected. By the judgment on Friday, Melaye is allowed under the Electoral Act 14 days within which to appeal the decision. The Court of Appeal, which is the final court in national and state legislative election cases, has 60 from the day of judgment to determine the appeal.